News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
Convicted Missoula carjackers face new charges in Ravalli County. Good morning, everyone. Montana Morning for Monday, February 13th, 2017. Skies clear. We're expecting a little valley fog because of the inversion. Right now it's 12 degrees, a little chilly in Missoula right now, but we should get up to about 35 degrees before we're done. Our newscast this morning sponsored by Bullseye Wear, Missoula's only certified master optician, located at 2910 South Reserve. Call 552-1299. Roads around the area mostly bare and dry. We do have some bare and wet areas, though, from Missoula south to Stevensville on Highway 93, and intermittent snow and ice from Missoula east to Drummond on Interstate 90. Just days before robbing a casino in Missoula, carjacking a Washington State family, and then leading authorities on a high-speed chase while shooting at responding officers, Nicholas West, Thomas Dempsey, and accomplice Carissa Kopp also allegedly robbed the Lucky Lil's Casino at Stevensville. Ravalli County Attorney Bill Fulbright details those charges.
During the course of the robbery at the Lucky Lil's here, the restraint of the customers and personnel there, they were locked in a room. They were held with the handguns that were used there and restrained in a room there, which during the course of that burglary in the Lucky Lil's constitutes an aggravated kidnapping.
Fulbright said the three have already received lengthy federal prison sentences, so he's not anticipating sentences in the Montana State Prison.
The law says up to 40 years state time. I don't know that that's a realistic goal, but what's more realistic is the restitution that's owed here, or the money stolen from Lucky Lil's, as well as the whatever the victims went through.
The three are in the Ravalli County Detention Center awaiting their appearances in district court there in Hamilton. We'll stay in Ravalli County for a while. Ravalli County Sheriff Steve Holden has been busy traversing the Bitterroot Valley and updating his informational app, telling residents where to obtain sand and sandbags to alleviate the flooding situation, especially in the Corvallis area.
We've had pretty significant amount of water east of Corvallis, especially in that Willow Creek area and that Willow Creek drainage. I mean, that's kind of moving west now. We've got some barricades up on Dutch Hill at Mill Creek and some water on the county roads on that west side around Middle Bear Creek.
Holden said county workers have been putting in extra hours to help residents protect their properties.
The county road shop is actually there really helping, really working hard. They're making pretty prompt responses to those areas and trying to get the culverts cleared to allow water to drain. And they've also delivered quite a bit of sand now to most of the local fire stations.
Holden said sandbags are also available at the Victor Fire Station, the Stevensville Fire Station west of the Steve I.Y., and the 3 Mile Fire Station on East Side Highway, and in Florence at Station Number 2 on North Hidden Valley. Well, let's go the opposite direction. Let's head north now to Flathead County. Snowing's not being measured in inches, but in feet in Flathead County. And now residents are dealing with significant rainfall. Emergency Management Planner Rick Saka said the rain has helped to clear some of the roads, but it's made others more dangerous to travel on.
Many of the roads, especially the numbered highways, they're pretty clear. The road crews have done a fabulous job. But where it's a problem is on the side streets and walkways, where it took that snow and it helped compress it down a little bit, and it turned it to just large chunks of ice. So we've got several roads and several walking areas that have several inches of ice.
Sacco said they're still having a tough time getting the avalanche debris cleared off in the John F. Stevens Canyon area, which is along the Highway 2 corridor and, of course, the BNSF railway line.
There's trains stacked up ready to go, but they've got a tremendous amount of material that has fallen down from the avalanche. There's several avalanches that they're clearing from the tracks, and Highway 2 is looking pretty clear, and we're hoping that MDOT is going to be able to finish their efforts and maybe get that open.
According to Saka, road crews in Flathead County have done a great job monitoring clogged drains in areas of standing water to prevent a significant flooding events. Governor Steve Bullock has declared a state of emergency for parts of northwestern Montana, dealing with the aftermath of the storm we just mentioned that dumped up to 4 feet of snow in places. Friday's emergency declaration is for the Blackfeet Indian Reservation, Glacier County, and Lincoln County. The governor authorized the National Guard and the use of state money to assist with health and safety. Bullock said the storm was damaging to the state's roadways, railways, and for Montanans who rely on their community's infrastructure. A Montana legislative committee has defeated a Democratic-led effort to increase taxes on the state's wealthiest individuals. The proposal before the House Taxation Committee Friday would have increased income taxes on people making more than $400,000 per year. The party line vote underscored the philosophical divide over taxes and spending that could hamper a deal to balance the state budget as required by law. Democratic Governor Steve Bullock has proposed a mix of cuts and new taxes. Bullock is proposing increased tax revenue from wine, cigarettes, and medical marijuana. He's also proposing a new tax bracket on personal incomes of over $500,000 a year, but that proposal is likely to meet fierce opposition from some Republicans philosophically opposed to any tax increases. Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks has released a study to emphasize how important big game hunting is to the state's economy. FWP Communications Director Ron Osheim explains.
It really is interesting to see the kind of money that's generated by the interest that really we have pretty remarkable, unmatched resources as far as the kind of opportunity for North American big game and literally in the world. So as far as diversity and unique opportunity, that's the reason for the interest, and we're just wanting to let people know that, hey, this is a big deal in Montana.
Big game hunting expenditures in Missoula County were over $11 million, but that's just a fraction of the total amount spent throughout the state.
Total fishing and hunting in Montana, direct expenditures, $1.26 billion. That's direct expenditures based on hunting and fishing activities. Fishing is $907 million. Hunting is $347 million. And we have really a kind of interesting information by county. We can show the kind of economic impact that hunting has.
FWP created an interactive story map to better illustrate this information. The story map allows people to see the information by different county and hunting district levels. Of course, there's a link to that on the story on our website at newstalkkgvo.com. And developers of a proposed coal export terminal in southwest Washington have challenged the state's denial of an aquatic lands lease for the project. The Daily News reports that Millennium Bulk Terminals and Northwest Alloys appealed the state's decision at Cowlitz County Superior Court February 2nd. Before leaving office, Public Lands Commissioner Peter Goldmark rejected a request from Northwest Alloys, originally made some 7 years ago, to sublease the state's aquatic lands to Millennium for the project. The companies say the decision infringes on their property rights. They're also challenging Goldmark's assertion that they didn't provide adequate information about Millennium's financial standing. A Department of Natural Resources spokesman declined to comment. The proposed terminal at Longview that would handle up to 44 million metric tons of coal every year. Some of that would come from Montana. Our News Talk time now is 6:12.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Low clouds and patchy freezing fog early today. Otherwise, look for ample sunshine. Valley inversions will keep our temperatures in the low 30s. Tonight, we'll drop back into the teens. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for Missoula's KECI 13.